Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're breaking down the failed second mediation between the girl group NewJeans and their agency, ADOR. Their future will now be decided by a court ruling. We'll cover what happened, what the court might decide, and what it means for the group. On September 11th, 2025, the Seoul Central District Court held a second mediation session between NewJeans and ADOR. The meeting lasted only 20 minutes and ended without any agreement. Unlike the first meeting in August, none of the NewJeans members attended this session. This quick breakdown signals that both sides remain far apart on a compromise. As a result, the court will now issue its final decision on October 30th. To understand this, we need to look back. The conflict began in November 2024 when NewJeans announced they were ending their contract with ADOR. They accused the agency of failing to meet its obligations. ADOR responded by filing a lawsuit to confirm the contract's validity. The court also granted ADOR an injunction, which prevents NewJeans from releasing new music or performing without the agency's approval. This has been in effect since May 2024. So, what are both sides fighting for? ADOR's position is that the contract is still valid. They emphasize that their parent company, HYBE, invested over 21 billion won, approximately $15 million into NewJeans development. They state they have fulfilled all their duties, including financial settlements, and see no legal reason for the contract to be terminated. NewJeans' position is that the agency they signed with no longer exists. They argue that the removal of ADOR's former CEO, Hee-jin, and the takeover by HYBE executives fundamentally broke their trust. After 18 months of legal battles, they believe a return to working under ADOR is impossible. On October 30th, the court will make a ruling. It's not simply a win-or-lose situation. The judge could decide in a few ways. Complete win for ADOR. The court could rule the contract is fully valid, meaning NewJeans must resume activities under ADOR. Complete win for NewJeans. The court could terminate the contract, citing a breakdown of trust. This might require NewJeans to pay penalties or damages to ADOR. A partial win. The court could make a mixed ruling. For example, it might agree that the contract is technically valid but reduce the remaining term or adjust certain conditions. It could also rule that some members' contracts are terminated while others are not, though this is considered less likely. This October 30th ruling is almost certainly not the end. The losing side, whether it's ADOR or NewJeans, will have the right to appeal the decision to a higher court. This means the legal process could continue for several more months, extending the group's current hiatus. Because of the injunction, NewJeans has not released new music for over a year. They recently performed under the name NJZ, but their future remains on pause until this is resolved. The October 30th ruling will provide direction, but an appeal could prolong this uncertainty. To summarize, mediation failed, so a ruling comes on October 30th. The result could be a clean win for either side, a compromise, and an appeal is likely to follow. We will keep you updated. Finally, we need to address a point of criticism from some online commentators and anti-fans. They argue that the NewJeans members not showing up for the second mediation proves they aren't serious about their careers or this legal fight. Let's break down why this is a misunderstanding of the legal process. First, it's important to understand the nature of these sessions. A court mediation is not a trial where attendance is mandatory. It is a voluntary and confidential process facilitated by a neutral judge to see if a compromise can be reached. The judge's role is to assist, not to command attendance. While the judge did previously encourage someone with actual authority to appear to facilitate a real discussion, this was a general encouragement for productive talks, not a strict legal order for the second session. The members fulfilled this request at the first mediation in August, where Minji and Danielle attended as team representatives for over an hour of private talks. When that failed to yield an agreement, sending legal representatives to a subsequent session is a common next step. This leads to a crucial double standard in the criticism. At the first mediation, no high-level ADOR or HYBE executives were present either, only their lawyers. Yet, ADOR was not widely criticized for a lack of seriousness. This suggests the members are being held to a different standard. In complex corporate lawsuits, it is standard for parties to be represented by legal counsel after initial direct talks have stalled. Their absence likely signals a strategic legal decision, not apathy. After the first mediation, both sides would have understood the other's position clearly. With the gap between them seemingly unbridgeable, centered on the non-negotiable return of former CEO Hee-jin, there was likely nothing new to achieve by another face-to-face meeting. Sending their lawyers to formally conclude the mediation process efficiently paves the way for the final ruling they now seem to want from the judge. In essence, their absence isn't a sign of giving up. It's a sign that the time for negotiation is over. They have likely chosen to let the court decide their future on October 30th. Before we go, it's important to remember that at the center of this complex legal case are 5 young artists navigating an incredibly difficult professional situation. As we follow this story, it's crucial to rely on facts from credible sources and to avoid speculation, snark, or personal insults. Supporting a respectful and informed discussion is the best way to foster a healthy community for everyone. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more clear and professional updates on this story and other K-pop news. Thank you for watching.